so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
Even when it was fake, they were celebrating, encouraging themselves and telling themselves lies on a voice record. Every one of you saw it. If you are not seeing it, I'm still going to post it on my platform so that those who are not seeing it will see it and go through. And the latest one that was brought was where Chinas and Woru, the Muhammad Abbas in Kuwait, was talking about how they took life of innocent Biafrans and they tagged them cultists. About 100 lives were lost, which he confessed on audio. How the politicians are buying them, using them to take the life of innocent Biafrans. And they will turn around and they will blame the ESN. All this have been going on for a very long time. We saw when the audio leaked, when they were boasting that they're going to give them a 25 hillocks. We had when they were posting of 25 hillocks from Abuja that they're going to use to go against the ESN. We had it. We had the audio. So many times when they have bragged, we have had it. But at the same time, these same people will come and they begin to confuse you. And they will tell you that Master Simon Ekpa is working for the Nigerian government. Meanwhile, they are the ones who have been working. Can you believe that the politicians we call the so-called powerless to issue a statement in the name that Biafran people issue such statement, in the name that Mazen Nane cannot issue the statement? Politicians, we contact them and they issue a statement. Now you see where all the statements are coming from. This is the same way they came and told us that Mazen Nane cannot cancel the sit at home. The cancellation of sit at home was all orchestrated by these same politicians and the Department of Saboteurs. Today, finally, we have seen it. How they admitted on a audio. But I'm telling you that even after hearing this audio, some people will still be listening to them. People will not call for his head. Even with that revelation, people will still be blaming Master Simon Ekpa, the good guy, for everything that happens. Even when they have seen a concrete evidence, several of them, the audio record is there. The confession of the man who is involved is there. Calling the name of people whose lives were taken. Their dead man's squad commander arrested. And they confessed and mentioned the name of their sponsor, the name of the man who is directing them and teaching them what to do. The name was mentioned. And still yet, everybody kept mute, at least they didn't see it. They kept silent as if they didn't know about it. Instead, they focused on the man who is genuinely fighting for that Biafra. Now you know why they are attacking Mazi Simon Ekpa. The attack on Mazi Simon Ekpa is because he is genuine. That is why you see all hell break loose. The politicians are fighting against him. The government is fighting against him. The saboteurs are fighting against him. The moles are fighting against him. All these are challenges he has to face. These are challenges he has to overcome. And how long are we going to continue on this path? Just how long? How long do you think we can continue to tolerate this? It is high time that we Biafrans have to choose the path we want to go. Choose the path you want to go. Choose if you really want your freedom or if you don't want it. From every indication, more than 90% of Biafrans want to be free. More than 90% of Biafrans want to be free from their captivity. But are we going to allow the few percentage of them, 1 or 2% of people who are getting one thing or the other, who are selfish and self-centered, who are trying to protect their ego, pride, and whatever? Are we going to allow our freedom to skip us because of them? God forbid. We will not. We will not. That is why every Biafran have to sit up wherever you are. You must sit up. Today we know our enemies. They are no longer hiding. They are no longer hiding. We know the enemies inside out. One of the arch enemy we have inside, when we talk about it, is the Department of Saboteurs. You saw in that audio that was leaked. In the audio, they were even attacking the family of Mazen Nandekan. Even when they perpetrate their evil, when you see Mazen from the ones that can respond and debunk their lies, they get angry. They said that the family of Mazen Nandekan looked at them as irrelevant, and because of that, they change their mind and they begin to act against the struggle. But even after hearing all this, seeing all this audio, some people will still come and they will begin to talk trash. It is so pitiable. I don't know how people think and how people feel. One of the most ridiculous things I have always also seen online is some people who come and say, "Oh, I was there before. I never knew that this is how they are, and now I'm no longer with them." Laughable. You're only telling us that you have always been a saboteur. You don't know your left and right. For you to claim that you were in agitation before, "Oh, I was in IPOB before, but now I'm no longer in IPOB. They are criminals. They are this, they are that." Really? That statement alone shows us how senseless you are. Because you don't just jump into an organization that you don't know about. You don't just jump into something when you don't know about it. Before you join an organization like IPOB, you should have been able to know about it. And by the way, IPOB is not a secret cult. It's not a secret cult. Everything that we are fighting for, that we are pursuing, is known, is in the public. Our pursuit, our desire, our focus is in the public. We are not like the Boko Haram, who doesn't have a target on what they want. Even the Boko Haram, they are looking for an Islamic nation. The Boko Haram want Islamic nation. That's what they want. So you can't wake up tomorrow and you join Boko Haram and you say you are convinced, you didn't know why you joined. You can't wake up tomorrow and you tell me that you didn't know why you joined Boko Haram. They confuse you to make you join. That is the same way it is in IPOB. You can't tell me I used to be a member of IPOB, but I'm no longer a member of IPOB, because you are a mad person. It means you are a confused person and you cannot be trusted. You can't be trusted. Even in your family, in your marriage, you can't be trusted because you're a man who cannot have his own will. I say it all the time. Any day I stop talking about this agitation, any day I stop talking about the freedom of Biafran people, that is the end of it. I will not speak. I will go in until I found a comfortable person to join again. I cannot say maybe tomorrow I don't like what Master Samarepa is doing. I don't want to follow him, and because of that, I'll begin to castigate him and begin to destroy something that I have joined to build. I will now begin to speak against something that I have fought for. It is so sad, and some of them are so shameless to do that. I saw one video where somebody was saying that, yes, I used to be a member of IPOB until I discovered that they are criminals. They are terrorists. I didn't know that they are terrorists. I didn't know they are criminals. Really? You didn't know? Really? They are terrorists, they are criminals? That is how low some of them can go. When I saw that video, I laughed. I said, look at, just imagine. Is this somebody who will be a father tomorrow? Is this somebody who will be a husband tomorrow? This is somebody who you give a position to handle tomorrow. That you went into an organization. You've been in that organization. You even rose up to the pillars of the organization, and yet you say you don't know what is going on in it. You didn't know what was the antecedent. You didn't know what we were pursuing. You didn't know this. You didn't know that. And you expect people to listen to you and trust you. I don't know how people reason, but when I see people talk in that manner, it turns me off, because I know that these people are not serious. These are people who came into the struggle with a motive right from the beginning. They came in with a motive. And that is why, because they come in with a motive, once they don't achieve what they are pursuing, they begin to look for an excuse to walk away. They begin to look for an excuse. If they fail to, if it are those ones that want to achieve fame, once they see they don't get that fame, they begin to look for excuse. If it's those ones who came there for one personal interest or another, maybe for money, once they're not getting that money, they begin to look for an excuse. But if you come into Biafran struggle genuinely with your whole heart, if you want to be part of the struggle genuinely with your whole heart, and you come into it, you have no reason to walk away. This is freedom we are talking about. This is freedom. And a freedom fighting of a group of people. That freedom can come from anybody. The only thing you got to do is that if you see that this person is not doing it well, what you have to do is you create your own direction and begin to do it to make the corrections. The most important thing is that let that freedom come. Whoever gets that freedom, that doesn't matter who gets it. It doesn't matter who gets the freedom. That was why Mazen Nandekano, in his own words, said, if you know what you will do to bring Biafra, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do it. He's not stopping you. If you're not against us, of course you're for us. But when you are fighting against your own brother, a Biafran, who is pursuing the self-determination of the Biafran people, the freedom of Biafran people, you are fighting against him. Simply because maybe you don't understand certain things that he's doing. Simply because because you are not satisfied with what you're thinking in your head, and now you turn 360 degrees and begin to fight against your own brother. And you think that it's going to be well with you. Of course, it's not going to be well with you. It's never, ever going to be well with you. What's going to befall you, it will be very difficult for you to escape it. Because you have sold your soul to the enemy. In this Biafra restoration, it is about you. It is about me. It is about every one of us. It is about our unborn generation. It is about everybody. Don't make it, it's not something that is private. If tomorrow you wake up and you see that you are exhausted, you can no longer be able to fight for Biafra, good and fine. You can walk away silently, you go in and stop talking. Other people will spring up and they will carry on. The Biafran restoration we're talking today, we are not the people that started it. Our eternal leader, Dim Odumegojuku, fought for Biafra. He invested his time, his money, his wealth, his life to fight for Biafra. It started from him. He fought and fought and fought until he couldn't go on anymore. Along the line, Wazuki came on board. Wazuki came on board. He fought on his own way. He fought and fought and fought and fought until his own group was also corrupted. His group was corrupted. He couldn't go further anymore. Then Mazen Nandekano came to the picture to continue. Mazen Nandekano continued to fight sincerely, build a foundation and lay a foundation on how to walk into Biafra. And at the same time, his own people sold him out. And Mazen Nandekano was kidnapped and taken away. Biafra did not stop. Do you understand that? Biafra never stopped. From Odimegwu to Wazirike to Mazen Nandekano, and now Mazen Simon Ekpa. Biafra, even tomorrow, if by something happens and you don't see Mazen Simon Ekpa again, Biafran struggle will not stop. Someone else is going to pick up the mantle. And it continues until we get into Biafra. That is how it is. The only thing you have to do as a Biafran is to know your role and play it while you have the time. If you know your own role, play your own role while you still have the time. Don't pretend about it. Don't lie about it. Do not push those propaganda. It's not going to help you. The more you push those propaganda, it will help to destroy you and render you irrelevant. Just like some set of people today who you have seen, they have lost it completely. They've lost it completely. Fighting for something that doesn't exist. Putting their hand in something that will not favor them in any way, in any manner. Engaging in things that are very, very, very irrelevant. And where are they today? Covered in shame and disgrace. Each time they come online, listen to what they say. They have lost focus from the struggle. All they have in their heart now is Master Simon Ekpa. Just like everyone that have fallen out. Everyone that have fallen out from this struggle, go and look at them what they say. The only message they have in their platform is Master Simon Ekpa. They don't even talk about the struggle anymore. They don't even focus on the real enemy. Most of them don't spend the amount of time they spend in narrating the messages of Master Simon Ekpa and his video. They don't spend that time on talking about the Zoological Republic and the caliphate that is taking the life of innocent people. They don't talk about that. And how do you think you can make headways in such way? The Biafran restoration is a responsibility that falls on the shoulder of every one of us. What you have to ask yourself is, what am I going to do to make sure that Biafra comes? What is my own role to play? Ask yourself that question. And watch closely. Listen to the right people. Listen to the right people. It's just, the only thing it requires is for you to apply a common sense. I'm not forcing you now to, oh, you must listen to Master Simon Ekpa. You must, no, that is not what I mean. Just use your common sense, view things that have been happening from the very moment that Mazen Nandekano was kidnapped up to date. View what was happening. Everything that has been said about Simon Ekpa, go and fact check it. Are they true or false? The information that Mazen Simon Ekpa have been given, are they true or false? These are the fact checks you do. After going those fact checks, look at the percentage, then you know whom to listen to. You know who to listen to. I don't need to force you to listen to this person or listen to that person. Then you check, who are the people obeying the words of Mazen Nandekan? You and I are here. Mazen Nandekan have sent different kinds of memo. Several times they have sent memo to the Department of Saboteurs that were sacked. That Department of Saboteurs, they never implement any. They trash it. These were the same people who were singing Command and Control as a song initially. These are the same people who, each time they come online, they tell us about Command and Control. Obey the last order. Obey the last order. They sing it like music, but today, the highest authority have given order. On several occasions. From the moment he was kidnapped, they began to violate all his orders. Even when they were telling you to obey Command and Control, they were disobeying him. But I thank you, who gave us Mazen Nandekan with the wisdom he gave him. His wisdom is exceptional. And because he's on a special mission, you can't destroy IPOB, just like he said. Today, IPOB is still standing strong. Autopiloted by Chukwu Okeke himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazen Simon Ekpa, and still on the leadership of Mazen Nandekan. We are intact. There's nothing you can do about that. The more you continue to shake your heads and begin to listen to the wrong people, the more you expose yourself to danger. Just imagine the people we have lost in Abia State. 30 elbow men. Do you know the difference 30 men can make in a war? Do you know the difference 30 men can make in an open war? These are people who lost their life, 30 men. And more than 100 people injured. More than 100 people missing as we are speaking. All because of your selfish interest. All because of disobedience. All because you want to rub shoulder and make yourself relevant. Now you look at the audio that leaked from people who were sending you. The same people who sent you out to protest are the people working for the politicians. Politicians give them order to write a statement, and they write a statement and say IPOB said. Politicians hire them as hired assassin, and they go and carry out the job. Politicians use them to fight their political opponents, and they go and participate. In the secret, they talk about their Nigeria. Why they will come out and tell you, oh, fight for Biafra. These are the obstacles we have to cross These are the obstacles that Mazi Nankana talks about. You can see them very clearly. Those obstacles are today staring at our face. But Mazi Nankana said that if we are consistent and resilient, that we are going to overcome all the challenges, that we are going to overcome all those obstacles, all those hurdles. We are going to jump it. And that is exactly what is happening today. You see how we are jumping it one after the other. See how we are jumping it. Anyone they throw at us, we jump it. Chukwu Okike made the Biafran way they made us, and he gave us a thick skin. Sometimes before something happens, already he had given us a solution. Before things happen, before you know it, Chukwu Okike already provide a solution. And that is why most times we are not bothered about what people say and what they do. We are not bothered about the attacks that is coming right, left, and center. Because we know who we are and we know what we want. And as long as Chukwu Okike liveth, that thing that he promised us, he will do. He will surely do. We are not relying on our strength alone. We are not relying on our brain alone. We are not relying on our allies alone. We are relying mostly on Chukwu Okike while we are doing our own part on the ground to do that which we're supposed to do as human. Chukwu Okike, who made that promise, also has a way of doing his things. And I always remember the word of Mazi Nnamdi. In his own word, he said that Biafra will come in such a way that no man is going to take the glory. It will come in such a way that when you look at it, you say it is only God. And I can bet you Biafra is coming. Don't worry about what you're saying today. Don't get demoralized. Don't get distracted. As I said before, look at the positive side of every attack you are seeing today. There's always a positive side to it. For everything that happened to you in life, there is always a positive side to it. And in this very Biafra restoration, everything that is happening today, I always try to tap into the positive part of it. I can tell you we have won more so than ever since this election period. The Biafran people have won more souls. And when I say more, I'm talking about Biafran people who have refused to see reason in the past. A lot of Biafran people who have refused to pay attention, no matter how you talk to them, no matter how you preach and hit them, their head is blocked and locked up. Maybe because of one car they are driving, they have their shop, yeah, they are selling one thing or the other. They have money in their account. Every day they go to shop and open. Excuse me. They open their shop and they do their businesses and they go back home. And they feel all is well. But all is not well. And can't be well. All is not well. But in this very election period, it has become clear. And they can't pretend anymore. Our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is going to make more revelations today on the atrocities of the man in Kuwait and his DOS. The Department of Sabotage. The Department of Sabotage and all their evil plans. The way they concoct lies, including lying against Mazi Nnamdi. Now you see what Mazi Nnamdi have been going through. They concoct lie against Mazi Nnamdi and say Mazi Nnamdi said when he never said anything. They went to the state of telling that Mazi Nnamdi is poison when it was false. Every day they wake up and they bring one blackmail, one propaganda in order to push this, they let people hear and say that they said so. They wake up and they cook up one story. How long will you continue to do that? And still, people are listening to them. Look at Mazi Simon Ekpa. Why don't you learn from him? Mazi Simon Ekpa is fighting for Biafra. And the only things you hear from him is how he interacts with the international communities about Biafra. The conferences he's planning to hold, the offices he has been going to, how he has made the government of his own country to know about Biafra and speak about Biafra. Attending conferences on the name of Biafra. He has gone to the state of of activating so many things that Mazen Nani cannot put in place that we are dormant all this while because of still the same enemy. Those same enemy who we are making Mazen Nani cannot to move forward. So many of those strategies today, Mazen Simon Ekpa is activating them one after the other. And one of those he has activated is the Biafra government in exile, fully activated. And you know this time we're going to have a liaison office in so many countries, starting from the United States. Already have seen United States office. In the same manner, we're going to open so many liaison offices in different countries that will handle the issue of Biafra. These are things that have been done in this era. It is no longer just talking and broadcasting and making noise. So many of them who are talking about Biafra today, they are just online. They only come to Radio Biafra and they make noise and shout. Radio Biafra that Mazen Nani can use to awaken people. A place that we worship today, they have defiled it. They have defiled Radio Biafra today, and that today it has lost its value. What they